What is your nature? Do you have a good nature or a bad nature? Psalms 95, 4 through 5. In his hand are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Is your sin leading you to the path of destruction and straight to hell? The Bible defines sin as breaking or transgression of God's law. Do you want to be obedient to God's word? Or do you want to miss the mark of God's holy standard? We need to have the nature of God like we see in Luke. It shows that God was tempted by the devil. For 40 days he was tempted. And the devil said to him, If, Son, thou art of God, speak to this stone that it may become bread. And Jesus answered him, saying, It hath been written that not on bread only shall man live, but on every saying of God. And the devil, having brought him up to a high mountain, showed him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said to him, To thee I will give all this authority and their glory, because to me it hath been delivered, and to whomsoever I will, I do give it. Thou then, if thou mayest bow before me, all shall be thine. And Jesus answered and said, Get thee behind me, adversary, for it hath been written, Thou shalt bow before the Lord thy God, and him only thou shalt serve. If we, like it says in 2 Peter 1 and 4, may become partakers of a divine nature, having escaped from the corruption in the world in desires. In John 8 and 12, again, therefore, Jesus spake to them, saying, I am the light of the world. He who is following me shall not walk in the darkness, but he shall have the light of the life. Do not get to the point in your life where you're like Jonah, where he flees from the Lord and refuses to go to Nineveh. Instead, he decides to go to Tarshish, where he decides to do his own will rather than doing what God asked him to do. He pays the fare, gets aboard. We all have important things that we think we should do in our life. We all have many, many things that need to be done every day. But what is more important than doing what God asks you to do? I'm sure there are people who will tell you that you can way, you can follow your own heart. You can do whatever in the world you want to do. But guess what? The most important thing that you can ever do will be follow God, do his will, listen to his word, and read the Bible. Don't be deceived by this world. Instead, let God lead you, guide you, and direct you into all truth and righteousness, rather than allowing the devil to send you to hell by doing what simply you want to do.